Evaluating and measuring price movement on different time frames is an important element in making trading decisions. You can do this with MT4 crosshairs, which can be activated in two different ways. Select the chart with which you would like to work by left-clicking your mouse, and on your Line Studies toolbar, you will see the Crosshairs button. Click here to activate it and return to your selected chart. To turn off the crosshairs, just click either mouse button on the chart and the crosshairs disappear. The other way is to simply depress your mouse wheel while in any chart. The first feature you will notice in the crosshairs is that it accurately displays price and the time and the date on each chart. This can be handy for checking historical data. For example, where gold closed at the end of October last year, where dollar Swiss opened this month, or what was the level of the DAX 10 minutes ago. You can in fact use this feature on all your open charts. The most important feature of the crosshairs, however, is its ability to measure. While the crosshairs are active, simply left-click, hold and drag your mouse. You will see three figures changing as you move around the chart. The figure on your left is horizontal distance, or periods, or in our case, candlesticks. For example, on this daily Kiwi chart, we want to measure the time between the highs. So, from this point from September the 7th, the next high occurred 53 days later. The next one at 84 days, and lastly, 129 days. Looking at this 5-minute chart on crude oil, if we wanted to measure the time between the two highs, we see the figure of 45. We divide this by 5 minutes, and therefore this distance is 15 minutes. This feature works on any time frame, of course. The figure on the right side of the line is simply price. If you are looking back on a chart and you can't quite see the exact price at any point on the right-hand side of the chart, this figure will let you know. The middle figure measures the vertical distance between 2 points and is, by definition, the difference in price from one point to another. This was originally intended to measure pips. At this point, we need to stop and look at the definition of a pip. Pip stands for percentage in point. Means 1 over 10,000 of a currency unit like pounds or dollars. This looks at the fourth decimal place to the right. In some currencies, however, like the Japanese yen or the Hungarian forint, a pip is 1/100th of a currency unit, or 2 decimal places to the right. Gold, oil, and the indices are different again, so we'll look at those individually. For example, looking at this 15-minute chart on euro-dollar, we can see that price fell from $1.05972 to the close of this candle at $1.05786. That means it lost $0.00186, or 18.6 pips. If we measure this with the crosshairs, we get a figure of 186, not 18.6. That is because the price is displayed here in 5 decimal places to the right, and the crosshairs are using these prices to calculate the difference. So, please watch the decimal placing. If we look at the daily chart on dollar-yen, we can measure this bear run that lasted from May until July. Price fell from 111.448 yen to 99.932 yen, making a difference of 11.516 yen, or 1,151.6 pips. The figure on the crosshair says 11,516. Just as our euro-dollar calculation, we need to remove 1 decimal place to get our figure in pips, or 3 decimal places to get our figure in yen. Looking at this hourly chart on the DAX, the figure is simply measuring the difference in the points in the numerical index. Most importantly, it takes into account these 2 decimal places, so you will need to move 2 places to the left to get a correct figure. To review, in this lesson we covered activating and using crosshairs, measuring horizontal distance or the number of candles, locating price at any point on a chart, the concept of a pip, and measuring price difference in pips and currency. In the next lesson, we will look at drawing horizontal lines on MT4 to plot support and resistance.